Okay, well, Bafetu, welcome to another exciting episode of The Talk with Obee. That's the case in before Safari, Bafetu said to be colored down the subscribe, which my like party, which thumbs up, share, invite your friends to come to the show. Bafetu, watch everything up as so Fandaku is one of the exciting young guys, Bafetu, what I call a legacy, and credits corner party yet again. So it's actually Mirriam. Goes by the name of Mirriam. So she's a beauty pageant model, beauty queen, young kingdom of it. So she's also an entrepreneur. She's into like community charity works. She's what's your profession? Damn!
Food technology.
Also machine of it. Yeah. So she's why do food of it? So this is one of the delicious moves I ever had in one. So shower corner da kaya uzonika ama cheese by the end of the video or by the end of the show so while I still enjoy my smoothie behind the camera zobehlezi naye ngayiwa fethu just enjoying the spotlight
Thank you.
What can I do? She's serving my fethu. Bam! Welcome to season 2 of fethu. Well there. So done. Actually done. What's everything?
Yes.
Sanibona khona lapha emakhaya sithi welcome khona la with the talk with Obee to another exciting episode. Sithi yes, season 2 ifikile bafethu simphethile simomo ndiye namhlanje one of the special guests khona la onto our shows namhlanje. She goes by the name of Mirriam. She's into a lot of things. She's into business, let me say entrepreneur. She's been to charity works. She's been involved in patients and she smiles. Yes, so without this card, to subscribe to downside and hit the like button and the notification button, which is give us some thumbs up just for more videos onto the show. Yes. With that this card, see the past welcome your queen and your guest and
Hi everyone. So my name is Mirriam. I am 22 years old and I am currently doing a lot of things. I am a student at UNISA and I also work as a food technologist. And I am currently writing a book, so I'm gonna be an author one day. And I'm also running a few businesses, and modeling is what I love the most. I am passionate about modeling.
Yeah, man. So since we understand that you love modeling so much and something that you are so passionate about, I think if it's someone who kind of like browses through your social pages, kind of like understands like you're a person who's like into modeling and you're so passionate about it. So just to break it down for us, someone who doesn't know where you come from and we kind of grow up, can you take us back to that point to make us understand where do you come from and where did you grow up and stuff?
Okay, so I grew up I started when I was born in Tembisa Hospital. I used to live with my grandmother in Winnie Mandela. But now I currently stay in Ivory Park. I stay with my mother. That's where I come from. And I am a Tsonga girl, proudly Tsonga, pure Tsonga, or Shangani, whatever you want to call it. So when I started modeling, it was 2018. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, let me go try this thing out because people have been telling me you have the body, you know what, you are beautiful, this is for you and all of that. And I was like, let me go try this thing out. So I started pursuing modeling 2017.
Wow. Interesting. So how was it for you studying this journey of modeling? Like you said, you started in 2018 and I believe you didn't have the experience or the skill or like how to do the walks or to do everything. So how actually did you start?
So when I started, someone connected me to this lady called Tanya. She runs this pageant called Youth Modeling. So when I first went to my rehearsals, because I used to struggle with, you know, my identity. I was shy. I couldn't talk to people. So when I got there, everyone is busy doing their catwalks, and I'm like, no, this is not for me. You know, when I started, like, it was really bad because I was scared of people. I couldn't look at people. You know, my first pageant in 2017, which was Miss Youth Pretoria, like, I was shaking on stage. I couldn't even talk. You know, like, when I hold the mic, I was shivering, and it was evident to people. You know, but you know what? The time I was on stage, I could feel that, you know what, I am in love with what I'm doing, even though I was scared, you know, but I didn't scared, you know. So yeah, when I started, it was a mess, but thank God for, you know, all the modeling coaches that taught me how to walk, that taught me how to talk in front of people. And yeah, so as I went on and went on, I started, you know, practicing more. Even here at home, they knew there was like this one. If you give her heels, you know what, on Sundays, I would change my walks. You know, when I go to church, I'm like, let me walk like this, you know, on my heels. So yeah, it started being something that I enjoy, you know, something that I love. I didn't want to miss the classes and all of that. So yeah.
So then, how was it for you now trying to find your way throughout, like using the heels, trying to walk, like trying to build that confidence? How was it then for you, like, and how was the support behind you? I mean, from home and around your friends, or someone like those who are around you, knowing very well that you are now starting like this modeling thing, and now you're trying these new things, and you know, trying to build your confidence. How was that experience really?
With the support, the first person that supported me the most, like from the beginning, it was my best friend. I don't want to lie. Like, I got the support mostly, like, it was from her. She was there, like, every pageant. She has never missed a pageant. You know, she was there, like, encouraging me. Even when I lost on my first pageant, because I didn't win, I didn't get any title. She was like, you did good. You look beautiful.
What position did you take on your first pageant?
I didn't take any position.
Okay.
Yeah, on my first pageant, I didn't take any position. So she was there encouraging me, and my coach as well. I remember sending me pictures. She was like, "Look at you! Look how beautiful you looked." And that for me, it was everything. You know, I feel like it didn't feel like I lost on the day. You know, and here at home, they didn't really, you know, support me physically, but you could tell, like, every time when I have to pay for my stuff, when I have to buy for the dresses, like, my mother is there contributing money for me, you know, and few friends as well. Well, some people do support me, you know, with, okay, maybe liking, because modeling requires you to like pictures on social medias, online as well. I do have that support, so yeah.
Yes, man. So, do you still remember your first coach? Are you still in contact with her, by the way?
Yes, I am. She's still my coach.
I wonder how proud is she right now, seeing you like throughout?
She's very proud, and especially when I took the crown as a queen for Miss Sosha. I'm still the title holder, by the way. So when I took the crown, she was very proud. She was like, from there, you didn't give up. When you lost, when you got Miss Personality, when you got First Princess, you didn't give up. And look at you now. She is very proud.
Yes, the most inspiring thing about your story or about your journey, when you went for Miss Sosha for the first time, and I think you took First Princess, right?
Yes.
There's something that you said, and you said it with confidence and boldly. You said you're coming back, and just, you know, to be on that position, like, just explain that one. How did you know that you're gonna come back and win the queen? Where was the confidence coming from?
I think for me, you know, the fact Because obviously when we all, I believe that as models, when we go into pageants, we don't aim for second princess, we don't aim for first princess. We always aiming for the queen, you know, the main crown, you know. So for me, when I got the first princess, I wasn't disappointed. I was like, you know what, there is an opportunity for me to still learn, for me to pick up my socks, you know. It means that I can still do more. You know, I was like, I'm not giving up. I remember telling people, I'm like, until I get the main title, I am not giving up. I feel like for me, it was like, you can do better. The fact that I got first princess, it was like, I can do better. So yeah.
So you traveled all the way from Ivory Park to like,
Back to Sosha.
in 2 consecutive years and
and still get them in there.
No, what I like is you showed perseverance, you showed determination, you showed strength and the power of weights. You know, like you said, Gori, you're coming back and you're gonna win Queen, and when you did it, to a lot of people it was a surprise, but to some it wasn't a surprise because I think you were much prepared then than the first time, and you know you knew exactly what was required of you and you did exactly that. So just breaking it down, tell me about the other pages. What's happening? You did your first pageant, your first coach trying to balance on the heels. And what happened after then? What's your journey like, man? Like ever since then?
After my first pageant, I remember I would just go for classes. I didn't even join the pageants because I didn't feel ready, you know, in terms of my confidence and all of that. I was like, let me wait. I remember I missed 2 pageants that I had to attend. I was like, you know what, let me wait. Until I joined Miss Phenomenal. I went there. No, Miss Youth Pretoria again. I did it again, and then I got Miss Personality, and I was so excited, you know, because it was like from me being a shy person to me getting a Miss Personality title. That was a lot for me. I was like, it means that there is something that people are seeing with my personality, you know. And I also did hair shows as well with Dakin Lovely. And photographers as well would invite me, you know, to come take pictures. And for me, you know, being recognized, even though it wasn't big people, but yeah. And I also got the opportunity to do charity work as well, community work. So yeah.
So speaking of about, you know, growing up in the pageant world or like in the pageant space, how was it growing up in your personal space? Like growing up as a kid and
I think for me, like growing up, like I said, I was shy. My identity was like, so I feel like modeling for me gave me that opportunity to say that, you know what, you can rock the stage. Like everyone is looking at you. It's like you run the world.
Like it was a platform for you to like shine.
Exactly, because everyone is watching you. You know, everyone is paying attention to you. So it feels special, even when you don't win. But you like, everyone was screaming for me, like for me. You know, so yeah, that for me did a lot. You know, in terms of how I speak. You know, because they ask you questions. It's not just about beauty and your catwalk. They also ask questions to check your intelligence or your knowledge, you know. So that also helped me to know what's happening in the modeling industry. So that helped me a lot to grow. Yeah.
So what's your most favorite question, and which question do you hate the most when it comes to like modeling, and you know, like when they get to ask you questions, things like that?
I think the question that I don't like, it's when you are asked, you know, about people's names. Because I'm not good with names. They're gonna ask you the former Miss SA, and I'm like, I only know the name, I don't know the surname. Those questions where they ask you about names, I hate those questions. So I like questions. Last time when I got the title, Miss Sosha, I was asked that, do you think that women should run the world? And that was the it question for me.
I wonder what was your answer to that question.
I said yes. I feel like we women can run the world, and I remember answering with regards to gender-based violence. I'm like, most of people who are being violated, it's women, and if we can come out of that strong, it means that we can run the world. If you look into our families, if there is no mother figure in the family, it doesn't matter if it's an aunt or what, the family is not stable. But if there is a mother figure in the family, then the family is strong, the family comes together. So I feel like we women can run the world.
Okay, so so in short, what you're trying to say is that every family needs a strong woman behind it to carry the weight. And
I believe so.
So technically, what are your thoughts on the current state of the gender-based violence in the country?
Sure, I feel like we have been, it has become a norm, to us people, because every day, like every hour, there is someone out there who is being violated, someone out there who is being raped. It's becoming something that's happening on a daily basis. And I feel like we don't need to blame people, to point fingers that this person did this person did this. I feel like what we need to do is to educate our people. It doesn't matter if it's the male figure or the female figure. And I also feel that what we are lacking, especially in our country, in South Africa, we don't have men that are encouraged. Like if you look into organizations, they are empowering women, but what about the men? So I feel like the reason that the gender-based violence is happening is because there is no education. Our men are not being educated. I have a brother in my house, and if I don't tell my brother that this is how you teach a girl child, then they're gonna end up violating someone. You understand? So I feel like we just need education. We just need empowerment to the guys as well. So yeah.
Perfect, because after all, I agree it's 50-50. So yeah. So man, just a brief of like you having to go through everything that you went through as a child. Like you said, you were shy, I'm sure, even like speaking wise and stuff. So you moving from like growing from being that shy little girl to being a lady who's now on stage in front of people, owning her space and winning crowns and titles and everything. Just a brief of like someone who's watching or someone who's like into that space whereby like they do not feel confident in their own skin or in themselves or whatever about them. What actually kind of advice can you give to even men and like young girls as well? What kind of advice can you give to people who still is trying to figure out who they are and how to feel confident in their skin? And
I think I would say be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself. It's okay. It's okay to be at a place where you are still trying to figure yourself out. It's okay, to be at a broken place. It's okay to cry. It's okay, to be at a place where you don't know yourself, but just don't settle there. One of my mottos in life is to say that don't settle on your comfort zone. So it's okay for you to feel sad at that moment, but then don't stay there. You can pick up yourself. If we look at Abo Zozimbini, we look at Abo Shudufat, so if they did it, then it means that we can also do it. If I was able to move from that shy person, the person who doesn't know her identity. If someone was to tell me 10 years ago that this is who you're gonna be, I wouldn't believe even for a moment, you understand? But I would say that be easy on yourself, work on yourself, you know what, look at yourself, whatever it takes. You know yourself, you know what you want, you know what you want to hear from other people. If you want to hear from someone else telling you that you are beautiful, go to the mirror and tell yourself first before someone can tell you, and say that, you know what, Mirriam, you are beautiful. With pimples or not, you are beautiful. With your big forehead, you are beautiful. So if someone comes and tells me that I have a big forehead, it doesn't even impact me, because I've already told myself. And it's important that you believe what you tell yourself. You know, you need to believe yourself first before you can believe this other guy who tells you that you are beautiful. You need to know yourself that, you know what, I am beautiful. There is no one who's like me, you know. So yeah.
Well, I think that's very powerful. Let me not just jinx that. Let me just jump into the next. So you mentioned the likes of Zozibini and Sudufals, and you already know that they've done their part. And people like Zozibini, they've done their part. They've went overseas to Miss Universe. They've represented us very well. So who can we say are your icons personally into the entertainment space? Cutting it short, when it comes to like pageantry world, who do you look up to?
Oh, that is a difficult one.
Yeah.
Because I don't have one person that I say I look up to.
It's fine.
It's different. It's a lot of people. But I would say Zozibini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is titles that you have. How many titles do you have?
I have six.
A lot, I'm sure.
Six titles, yeah.
Out of the six, which one is your favorite?
The Miss Personality one.
Yeah.
I know people say the Queen one, but I feel like Miss Personality is, yeah, it's my favorite.
Why that one out of all the six titles that you have?
Because like I said, you know, I've struggled with personality issues. So for me to get an award, to be awarded for my personality, that says a lot. Because I remember, so I had to do a monologue on the day when I got my Miss Personality's title. You know, so when I was doing my monologue, people were screaming, you know. And, you know, when I got that title, I knew that I deserved it. You know, I knew that I did my best. I knew that I was smiling, you know. So, yeah.
No, man, yeah. And you have a very beautiful smile, by the way.
Thank you.
Just look at you. So, going on forward, you mentioned to me that you venturing to a lot of things, and you are now being an author. So, do we have the name of the book yet? What's happening there? Have you found a publisher? Are you done? What's happening?
I'm not yet done. I'm still working on it. And I'm still looking for people that are going to help me with publishing and all of that. The name of my book is What Do You Do When It Happens Twice? Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the name of my book.
What do you do
when it happens
when
twice?
it happens twice?
Yeah.
Wow. So more like a clip of what can we really expect from the book so far?
I think it's my journey, you know. So as a kid, you know, I went through a stage where like I was traumatized because of things that happened to me in the past, you know, to a point where I lost my self-identity. I didn't know who I am, you know. I ended up, you know, even dating girls. I mean, look at this beauty, you know. So it's such things, you know. But yeah, it's more about myself. And I feel like there is more for people to learn in my story. So yeah, that's why I'm writing that book.
Just moving on forward, just a little bit. there's a few things that I want us to talk about, which really means we have to go a little way back to like your schooling times or like your into like schooling actually. So I know where you went, but someone doesn't know.
Yeah.
So if you can just break it down and bring it back to how was it for you growing up in Ivory Park and going to like such a school and now moving to the profession that you've mentioned earlier on that you work with? Is it a food industry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So if you can just take it back to that feeling of like how was it growing up in such environment and going to like such school and everything?
For me, you know, at that moment, it was fun. I enjoyed. I love my community. Like even if I was to be rich, I would still come back to this community just to give back. You know, so you know, growing up, it was very nice because you know that where you are going to school, it's people that you know that there is no competition of some sort to say that this person is moneyed or what else. It's like you are equal, you know. So I think one thing that I hated, there wasn't a lot of motivation, you know, for me on my side. You know, when you are in your street, you see a lot of girls, you know, falling pregnant at an early stage, you know, and not to judge, but there is no motivation to say that, to look at your neighbor and say that, you know what, this person is driving a car at the age of 22, or this person has a degree, you know, or this person is becoming this person is an author, you know, around my area. It's something that we see on social media. It's something that doesn't normally happen around where we are, you know, especially with my neighbors. And not to judge, but it's I feel like, you know, if there was that motivation to say that, you know what, look at that one, you know, if you can do 1, 2, 3, you can become like that one, because sometimes we need that motivation. But I am grateful that I had to go through that, you know, on my school times, primary school and high school as well. I am grateful that I had to go through that, you know, because it has taught me something, that if you cannot see the change, then be the change. So yeah.
So you did a lot of community works. Some of them through your pageantry journey and stuff.
Yes,
so yes. So was that part of you trying to be the change that you thought was really needed in your community?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, with modeling, one thing that I love about modeling, it gives you the platform to go give back. You know, so for me, I love giving back. I love it when, you know, you see kids are also motivated. You know, for me, putting my crown or my sash on when I go to give back, it's not to say that I am different or I am better than you, but it's to say it's for that young child to look at me and, you know, be motivated. You know, it's for that young child to look at me and, you know, be empowered as well, because I feel like I needed that. You know, so I love giving back to the community. It's my favorite thing.
Okay, so just from where you are seated right now, I know that you only mentioned that you only know early 20s, and you know, seeing the future from where you are seated right now, where do you kind of like see yourself in the next I don't know, 3-5 years? What kind of spaces do you see yourself being at?
Oh, you know, in 3 years. Let me just say 3 years. So in 3 years I'll be done with my degree. I'm doing a degree in teaching, just by the way.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I don't really want to be a teacher, but I feel like that platform is gonna help me, you know, to open my own school. I want to open my own school. It can happen in 3 years, who knows? You know, and I also want to participate in the Miss SA organization. Yeah, so I believe I'm the next Miss SA, Miss Universe. So yeah, and I see myself, empowering a lot of girls, a lot of guys as well. I want to, stop this thing of, it's all about girls. I believe that, those boys that we are neglecting, they are also, our future presidents. They are also our future Mr. SA, So yeah, I see myself doing the most. I see myself, being my own boss. I see myself, doing the most.
Coming from a place like Ivory Park, where it's like very like negatively publicized through the media and the news, how is it for you to come and say that I'm going to be the example and the change that needs to happen within the streets of my community?
I think that makes me very happy. Like, Ivory Park is, especially now, it's becoming so dirty. There is storages everywhere. There is, people are throwing, wherever they feel like.
Dumping
and
stuff,
for me, that mess, I feel like has a message. And I feel like I'm not gonna be the only one in Ivory Park, but I feel like I'm gonna be one of those people who carry that message and say that, this is where I come from, and look at Ivory Park now, or look at the people in Ivory Park. Maybe we might not be able to change, how the community look, but if we the people, decide that, we're gonna be the change, we're gonna empower, the young people. I see Ivory Park with youngsters that are doing the most. I see Ivory Park as a place where people want to be in, and not somewhere where we are hiding, or we want to go to Kempton Park, where in Santins, just to be out of Ivory Park. So for me, I feel like, in the future and in the nearest future, Ivory Park will be doing the most. The people from Ivory Park will be doing the most. So yeah.
I feel like that's a prophecy.
Yeah, it is. I believe in God, bro. I pray for my community.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So just in closing, once everything is said and done, who do you want to be remembered as? Like when you walk down the streets, people are pointing at you.
Yeah.
Like what kind of conversation will you be hoping that they might be having about you? Like what kind of positive message would they be saying about you?
Okay, I think, I don't want to be feared in my community. I don't want to be someone that, but honest tunzi. Like I don't want this that is tunzi, whereby people will fear you. But I want, when someone sees me, I want them to see a mother, even if I'm not a mother to them. I want, when someone sees me, they see a sister. When someone sees me, they see someone that, they can go to, someone that they can relate to, because they know that she also went through that. She also walked on this dust. She also, used the Texas Tamukasi. I want people to see me and see the God in me. I want people to, worship God. Sorry for bringing Christianity in, but this is who I am.
Don't worry.
So I don't want to be worshipped. I don't want, to be pasted on the walls, but I just want people to be motivated and know that they can also do it. Yeah, so I want people to see me and be like, because she did it, I can also do it. So yeah.
So as you mentioned that you're one who like kind of fears God, who's like a Christian and stuff. So what role do you think church or religion has played in your life to be like direct?
Yeah. Let me just mention God. God has a big role in my life. He plays a big role in my life. Like he is, I believe the reason I believe in God is because I feel like there is no human being who can make a human being. You know, like I feel like it's impossible. And with whatever that's written in the Bible, I feel like it's what we are seeing now. You know, so God has played a huge role. You know, even me finding myself, I find myself in Him. You know, it is through God that I am where I am. You know, and you know, with people from the church, you know, it is good to have someone that you're gonna walk the journey with, because it's never nice walking the journey alone. So having someone that you pray, that you know, you can tell that, you know what, this is what I'm going through, and they pray with you. I feel like, yeah, that had, you know, an impact in my life.
No, well, very well. So this is how we close the show, and I want you to close the show for us just by simply asking our viewers to, you know, subscribe, like, share, you know, do all those on, and just close the show for us. Actually, I wanna see how you're presenting skills are like.
Okay,
Don't forget.
Listen here. If you haven't subscribed, just click that notification button and also like all the videos, view them and be inspired, because you need this. Thank you.
What did you do at university? So it's
So now,
you just put there.
okay, like as you heard that the smoothie is smoothified, a healthy Kasi life, you know. So if you want to find the smoothie, just go on Facebook or Instagram and search Thandi Bila. If you can't find her, you can search me, Mela Bila, Mela_Bila, or Mirriam Bila on Facebook. So the smoothie comes in different flavors, whatever flavor that you want. If you want your banana, strawberry, pineapple, we are here. And we also have, you know, different prices for each smoothie, and we also do deliveries as well. So if you need a smoothie, just place your order and we will make sure that we deliver for you. Yes.
This is super mnandi. Bam!
Thank you so much for your time.